Namaskar, Sasriyakal, Adab. Hello, data and skill explorers. Welcome to day 3 of our Power BI bookmark series on day 3. We explored type of bookmarks in day 1. On day 2, we have learned the basic of bookmarks, and today we'll take in one step ahead how to use bookmark for drill through and selection. So let me show you this demo, and this is the exact same thing that we are going to create. So if you see, if I want to see the north region, I can drill down to the north region and it will give me the sales according to the date, product category, region, and sum of sales for north. I can click on home page, I can go to south and it shows me for the south. I can click on home page, I can click on east and it will show me the details of the east. I can go to West details and it shows me the details for the West. What I can still do or do is put selections. So that's the selection. We can go to electronic. So if I click on the electronics, you see it is showing you the electronics for 2003. If I go to furniture for 2022, it selects furniture for 2022. This is the example of the bookmark. I can click on home to come back to the same to the default position. I can still use the slicer, but those bookmarks help me so that I don't have to select multiple selections wherever. If I have to see the same data most of the time, I can just work with the bookmarks and the buttons related to it. So today we are going to create this particular application or this particular report using the Python code to get the data, which we'll be getting, which we have already written. So I'll be showing you that as well. So if you're new to my channel, right, please subscribe to the channel. And if you like what I'm doing, please like and share it. And I'll certainly like if you can give me some comments. You can ask me some questions, and I'm able to answer them, or we can have an interaction. And on the second note, I'm also doing a webinar for freshers, which is related to Excel. That would be a 5 series webinar in YouTube. So you're invited. Please do register and look for that link, that video. I'll be sharing that in the details. So let's just start with this particular project. So what I'm going to do is the first thing is I'm going to open. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to open the Power BI desktop. Right. So let's just do that. I am just opening the blank report for Power BI desktop and I'll drag it on the screen. So this is an empty one. So the first thing is I need to go and insert some data. So I go into the home and then from here I click on get data and I click on more and then I search for Python. So I can work on the Python script. This might not work for you on your machine because you have not configured or you have not installed the Python. Very soon I'll be coming up with that video as well in which you can configure Python, right? So I'll be putting that there as well. But now what I'm doing is I'm just trying to put in the code or the Python code so that I have these values. So I already have that Python code. I'm just writing it down. I've already imported or installed those libraries like pandas, numpy, and random is already installed on my machine. That's the reason I don't have any issues and I'm able to see the data. So I'll wait till it gets me the data, which it is generating. So it shows me the DF here. I'll just select it, and I click on load. I don't want to transform the data. That's the reason I'm loading it. If further I wanted to transform, I wanted to only put in one particular column, which is talking about the years. So let's just go and check this. I'll do a right click and go to edit query. I'm already seeing navigation. I already have date. So what I can do is I can click on add column, column by example from the selection, and then I write down just the year for the first one. So 2022. And the moment I write down it populates everything for me, and I'll just click on OK. And it gives me year, but to be on the safer side, because year is a keyword stored in the system as well. So I'll write down sales year so that it becomes more clear as well. And then I'll go click on home and then click on apply. I can click on close and apply as well. In that case, this window will close. I just don't want to do it, so I'll just keep it open. And this is where I get all the data and I see the canvas. But I don't want the year to be summarized, so I will go and say don't summarize it. The first thing that I have to do is do the branding. So in my case, what I'll be doing is I'll be branding the report. So for that, I require the logo and the other things on the top of it. So give me a minute. I'll just bring it in a minute there. So I'm just taking the help from the other report. If you want to follow what I'm doing, you can see my video of 15th August, where I've shown you everything and creating this at large. I do have this icon here as well, but I'll delete it at the moment so that I can show you later. So this is my summary page. So in my summary page, what I require is I require slicer. So I can click on the slicer and the slicer is here. I can arrange it accordingly. So in the slicer, what I want to show is I want to show the sales here. So I'll just select this and it will show me it in this pattern. I don't want it in this pattern. I want it to be shown as not between, but I want to show it as a vertical list. So it shows me the vertical list. I'll just resize it according to my requirement. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this and paste it so that I don't have to design everything again and again. But let's just go to the first one and then go to the general setting. And I like this way. You can have your own preference. I like the visual border and the shadow so that I can see it. So it has been applied to both of them, which is good. I didn't wanted this as year. I don't. I would like to see it as the category. So I'll just select category, and I see the category there. Now, after having done this, right, there is a small clear selection button there as well. I'll just remove the selection. After doing this, what I really want to show in this report is sales by year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a line chart. Oh, sorry. Again, that mistake is usual. What you have to do is if any of your visual control is highlighted and if you select any one of those, it changes into that control. I don't want that to happen because I wanted a different visual. So I'll just click outside in the blank area of the canvas and then I'll click on the line chart, right? So this is where it is talking about the line chart. So in the line chart, what I want year per date. So I'll write down the sales year in the x-axis, and in the y-axis I'll write down sales. So you will see that this is how it is happening. But the only problem with this is it is not giving me drill down. So year is not a good idea. I'll go with the date. So once I select the date, right, it's giving me dates there, and it is still not giving me the dates slicer. So the reason being because I need to change it to the y-axis and change this to the x-axis, and I don't want to count it, right? Yep, I think I've done the wrong thing again. I should have kept it in this place and sales here. And if it is not giving me the values like this, I should have gone into file, um, options, options again, and in the options what you will see is you will see auto date and time intelligence. And if you see, this is for the current file. I go to data load, and it is also auto date and time. So that means if I go to the edit query, it is not taking my date as date, but it is taking as ABC. So I need to change its type. The moment I change its type to date and click on apply, you will see my date will have an hierarchy, and here I can select the date hierarchy. So if we have done this, what will happen is you will see it there, but I don't want the count of the sales, but I want it as the sum of the sales. Now the other problem that it is doing is it is not taking the right data type, and we have not worked on it. Category is alphanumeric, that's fine. Product is alphanumeric, region is alphanumeric, but sales should not be alphanumeric, right? Sales should be something as a decimal number, and so year should be 1 to 3. That's fine. So having done this, I will click on apply. So that was the basic which we skipped, and that's the reason we fell into that trap. Now if I go to the count of the sales, I would be able to put the sum of the sales. So you can see that my sales in was low in 2002. It increased in 2023 and went down in 2024. And I can drill down. I can drill down to the quarters and months. I can further go down into dates. I can go up, right? And this is the way that I can drill down and up, right? So I can go to the months of 1 year. I can go up quarter, and then I can go to year. So I'll just keep it like this, but I prefer to be going with the quarters. So let's just see if we can get the quarter or the month, right? So let's come back and try to drill down like this. So this is giving me the half yearly results for each year of data that I have, right? Basically, it's giving me in quarters, but I can see only the dates in the half yearly. So that's the reason it is. That's what I was mentioning. But I don't like the name of it as sum of sales. So what I want is I want to change this as total sales. And I think that's fine. Total sales for year and month, year and quarter. And we'll keep it that as the default setting. I want further, which I like, is go into the general, go to effect and put in the visual border and shadow so we know where the things are lying. I'll go into the empty space again. I just require one more thing, which is the clustered bar chart. So I'll just put it here. In this particular clustered bar chart, what I want to show is the region. So I'll just drag the region and the sales, not this, the total sales in the x-axis. So I'll put it as total sales. So we have this working. I can select the year and I'll get the results. I can select the category and I'll see the results changing. The thing that I've missed again is the effect, which I am very fond of. So general, effect, visual border and shadow. So this is the kind of the report that I've built. Now the other thing is I want first to name it as the summary page. So this would be my summary page. I want to duplicate this page and name it as the details page. Now in this details page, I first want to get rid of all the charts that I have there. So I'll just delete them. And I want to add one more category, and that category is, so we have sales year. Um, Now what we are looking forward for is the region. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the category and select the region so that I can see the regions here. Now what I want to show in is the values of the different items that I have, right? So let me just resize it so that it fills in the space. And then in this, what I require is date. I don't require the date hierarchy, so I'm going to remove this, go to the drop down list and select just date. So it gives me the date. I want the product, I want the category, I want the sales, and I want the region. I can, I can put the region before the product and category before the product, so that way you can rearrange them. The last column is sales. So this is the details page. This is summary page. This is details page. So I'll just rename it as details page. So we have two things there. Now let's just start working on the bookmarks, right? So in order to create the bookmark, the first thing is I go to insert and the insert, no, sorry. I need to go into the view and then select the bookmark. So here, what I want to do is I want to create the bookmark for the detail. But before I do that, I've forgotten one more thing which helps me in identifying the space. So I select that table, go into the format, go into the general effect, and then I put in the visual border and shadow. So this way we are able to see the values there in the table. Now I want to create different bookmarks. For East, I want to create a bookmark. So I'll just select East and click on add, and I'll just remove first all the ones that I have already created. So the first bookmark is for East. So I'll double click on the bookmark and write down East details, right? I will select North and I will click on add, double click North details. Similarly, I'll do it for South as well, and I'll click on add, South details, and then I'll click on West and click on add. Oh, I've been delete, and I will click on West details. Now let's do the testing. If everything goes good, I click on view. I see East details, East is selected. If I click on the next North, North is selected, North details. Next one, South details, and next one, West details. So our bookmarks have been created, the snapshots have been created. Now what we need to do is we need to go back to the summary page, and in the summary page I need to add buttons. So I will say insert, and then I will say button, and I will add a blank button. I can even add the bookmark button or any of those category button, but they require special handling to be done. But I'll stick with the bookmark button. So this is something which happens. Let's just go back to the buttons and say blank button. So you can see the blank button is getting created here, and the other one is there as well. In order to make it similar, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete one of them, expand the other one, and then go to the shape and select the shape that I require. So shape is here. I want it in the this kind of a button, or I want it like this. This looks good to me, so I selected this one, and I wanted like this, four of them. So I'll just do a Control C to copy it and then paste it 4 times. I'll just randomly put them here and there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all four of them, and then I'm going to format. I go to align, and then I'll say left align. All of them will align left. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to click on distribute vertically. So you can see all of them are getting equal spaces and they are created there. So I'll just put the text there. I'll select the first one, go to the style, select text and write down north details. Similarly on the second one, I'll just do a right and then click on south details. Go to the third one and enable text and write down east details. Go to the fourth one and then make the text available and write down west details. So I've added all four of them, all four of the buttons though I've added. What I need to do is I need to attach them to the bookmark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the first one where we have the action. I say enable, and then in the actions I write down bookmark and select. This is north, so selecting north. If I go to the south, action, bookmark, and then I select south, I go to east, enable action, action is bookmark, and then I select east. Similarly for west, I select action, bookmark, and then I select west. Now you see what I've done is I have selected north. If I select on north, I need to go back to the summary page. I click on south, it opens up south for me. If I click on east, it shows me east data. I go back to the summary page, I click on west and it gives me the west data. So this is the kind of the bookmark that we have done for the drill down, right? Now you would be wondering that on my side, I have changed the color. What I did was I selected the colors from here. So I went here and then I went to the style. After the text, you will see fill. Fill, I'll enable it. I will make the transparency as 0%. I want it completely to be opaque and it appears there completely. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select colors. The black doesn't look good on the background that I've selected, so I'm going to change it to white and make it bold. Similarly, for the south one, what I want to do is I'll select the color that I want. So I'll go back to the style, small, close the text, enable fill, and then select the color that I want, and I will make the transparency as 0. Again, the text is not appearing there, so I'll go back to the text, change it to white, and make it bold. So that is north, that is south. So you see it's bold, and this is no, this is not bold. So I'll click on bold again. Now this becomes bold, and then I go to the east, right? Let's go with this blue color, right? So for this one, what I can do is I can check the blue color which is here by clicking on the more color, and if I want to select the same color, I'll pick up this hex value color, go here, go back to the fill, and in the fill I'll say enable it, make it 100% opaque, go to the drop down list, more colors, and what I've picked from there I'll paste it here, and that will take care. So I'll go to the text, I'll change it to white again so that it appears, and make it bold for east details. Similarly for the west one, I want to use a green color, so I'll go back to the style, go to fill, enable it, and then click on more color and select the green color that I like. So I'll go with the bit darker green color and make this 100% opaque. Go to text, because my text is not appearing, I'll change it to white and I'll make it bold. So now you can see, I think this is also bold, but let's just confirm this is bold, this is bold, and this is bold. So now you can see that I have all the bookmarks working. The only problem that I see here is if I click on the north one, I come to this page and then I cannot go back to the home page. So I will be requiring this home page for resetting any values that I've selected here on the home page so that it can refresh it or uh, reset it. So what I'm going to do is when none of the filter is selected, none of the things is selected, I'll click on add a bookmark, and I think I'm having some problems with my mouse. That's the reason it is taking 2 clicks instead of 1. So I'll go here in the bookmark, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down home. Now what I want to do is want to go back to the details page, and here I want to add a button. So I will go into the insert buttons and I'll just add a blank button, and I'll put it here somewhere so that I can make it clickable and you can go to home. So I can go to the style and enable the text and write down home here. But what I was thinking is let's just give it an icon as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Windows and the um, full stop, and it will give me the emojis, and I'll just write on home and it will give me the options. So I'll just select this one, and if you see I've got the home there, and then I'll increase the size of the font so that my home appears there. Right now I've put in the home there, but this is not working. So in order to make it work, I'll have to go to the action, enable the action, right, and then go to the bookmark, and I'll say go back to the home. Now if I'm on this page, I click on home, I come to the home, I can click on north and I can go home, I can click on south and I can go home, I can click on east, I can go home, I can click on west. With the west selected, I can go home. So that's the way that I was working on. These are drill downs. But sometimes what happens is people or the users want to bookmark certain things because they keep on checking that regularly. So if they want to bookmark 2022 furniture, right? So they want to save this kind of value because they come to this page very frequently, or they want this value. Something like your favorite link, right? So your favorite settings, rather than checking or putting a lot of filters again, you want to directly click on a button and boom, you go to that particular particular selection. So for that, I've already made the selection. I'll click on add again. By mistake, it's giving me 2 of them. Here, what I'm going to write down is this is furniture 2022, right? Similarly, I'll select 2023 and electronics, and then click on add, rename it, and that is electronics 2023. So we have created both of them. I can again test it by going into the view and checking each of the um, options, right? So I've always also checked that this is showing me furniture for 2022 and this is showing me electronics for 2023. The next thing that I can do is I'll just close this. I want some buttons here. So I can select the or insert the buttons. Again, the blank button. I will insert. So that's my first button. In this, what I want to show is the furniture 2022, right? So that is what I want to show as the text. But what I wanted to do is it should do an action. It should go to that particular bookmark. So I click on action, go to the bookmark, and then from here I select furniture 2022. Similarly, I can copy this particular button, paste it here, and I will name it as, I'll go to the style and the text, I'll name it as 2023, and that to electronics. So that is electronics 2022. Action applied, but I don't want it to go to the furniture 2022. I want it to go to the electronic 2022, 23. So I made that change. Now what I can do is I can click on furniture to go to furniture 2022 and electronic to go to electronic 2023. But there is another problem here. If I want to go back to the reset stage of the report, or if I want to go back to the home, I still don't have that option there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this button which I've created here for home, and I'm going to paste it here. Right, so now if I go to the electronics, right, I can click on home and it can go back or reset it. I can go to furniture, I can go to reset. So this is where we can use the bookmark for selection, which you're seeing in the future furniture and electronics. You can do it for drill down the way that you're seeing it for the north detail, south detail, east detail, west details. So those kind of things we can really do. So bringing you back to the presentation. So these were the things you can create drill through like navigation, use bookmark for quick selection, reset page with home bookmarks. So these were the options that I was showing you, and these are the steps. So bookmarks is equal to navigation plus custom drill through quick selection. So with this, what we have done is we have shown you the example of drill through and selection, right? So that's all for day 3 of the bookmark journey, drill through and selection. Tomorrow we'll drive deeper with advanced use cases. Don't forget, ask it and learn it with DivKlearner. And for today's demo, check the description for the files. You can check the description. The other thing is, if you really like what I'm doing, please subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed. If you have already subscribed, or if you have not subscribed, and if you like it, please like it and share it to the people whom it can be helpful, who can make use of it in their reporting. So with that, I wish you good luck for working. Keep doing the data analysis, keep doing the churning of the data. Good day. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.